And we are live. How is everybody doing on the last day of January 31st, 2021 here? I'm in Las Vegas. It's now 9:32 a.m., a new time. I want to experiment with a few things to get more India friendly and may do it at 9 o'clock next week here Pacific time. So hopefully it'll be a little bit better. Again, I'm trying to accommodate as many people as possible, but it's tough with all the different time zones. How is everybody doing? Hope you had a great week. I see we have already 35 of you in the live stream, so that's already good. Woo! Good. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. Coming up. All right. So we have this here. We got the NV14. We'll talk about how I got this early. We got the Lenovo sent me the X1 Nano. The Core i7. Now I had the Core i5. Now I have the Core i7. And of course I have the Razer Book over here. All right, so good to see everybody. Again, we now have 43 of you in the live stream. We'll say hello to a few people while everybody files in. It's good to see Paul here. How is everybody doing over by you? Good to see you. Kasara, nice to see you. Good morning. I saw a handquake earlier. Good morning. Tech Realm, good to see you. Mallory, once again, how are you? Let's see who else is here. So I'm going to probably miss other people. Agent Garbo is waiting for his NV14. He should be arriving today, according to what he said in the chat earlier. Ahmed, good to see you. So we have a nice little turnout here. Again, what I've noticed is as we go along, things start to really ramp up. We get some more and more viewers. Hopefully we'll get a nice turnout today because we have some good stuff here today. Let's get this camera going. So this is the NV14. Now this is the Core i7. I had ordered this, pre-ordered it way back when. I totally forgot about it. It arrived on Friday. I'm almost done with my unboxing video. Now, HP is actually sending out review unit, the Core i5 version this week. So I'm going to be getting that. Hopefully, I'm going to talk to them. Maybe I won't need it. I don't know yet, depending on exactly which SKU they're sending, because I might want to show the difference. But I got to tell you, 16:10 aspect ratio, I'm really liking it so far. Matte display. This is a non-touch. I think there is a touch variant that's available, or it's going to be available. What's unique about this in a way, again, 14-inch display. It's also got the Core i7 1165 G7. That's the Tiger Lake. And it's also got Intel. It's not, we don't have to worry about XE graphics. This has the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 Ti Max-Q. So a little bit more beefy, discrete GPU. So for those that are creatives that want to do video editing, that want to do some gaming on it, this is definitely something to look at. Now, I did look at the HP NV15 a few months back, or like 3 or 4 months, or maybe 5 months back. And that one also had the discrete GPU, had a 15-inch display or 15.6-inch display. What makes this pretty good is that this is a smaller device, but it has a nice display. Again, 16:10 aspect ratio. That's going to be great for those that want to see less scrolling, rather, taller display, and they're going to want to see more spreadsheets if you're doing spreadsheets and so forth. When you're doing Word documents, it's great for productivity. It's also great for creatives as well. Yes, this is a clamshell. It goes far back, as you see here. Now, I'm going to be doing a video on this, probably release it either today or tomorrow. I'm almost done with it. Really nice display. Again, matte display, no reflections or glare. That's any problem on this. That's what I like. It's also a bright display, and it's extremely color accurate, as well as coverage of the color gamut is extremely great on this. It's excellent, actually. So I'm going to give you all the numbers and so far, but make sure, people, you hit the like button, because that helps this get spread out over YouTube. I need to get views. I need to get this engagement rate going so I can get more views. Now, this morning, and we'll get back to this in a moment, I released this video on the Razer Book 13. And by the way, I'm absolutely loving that laptop. It is actually fantastic. It is a real Dell XPS 13 competitor, a MacBook Pro competitor. There's a lot of great things to say about it. I like the port selection on it. It's a really nice port selection. I went over that in the unboxing video. And welcome to membership, all right, to Italo Alonso Estrada Petrocelli. Welcome, my friend.
Coming up.
And I love that, man. Thank you so much. Again, memberships are open for those that are wondering. I'm going to be doing, I know I keep saying this, a members-only live stream very soon, behind-the-scenes kind of stuff as well. So if you want to become a member, join button below or check out my channel. You can join over there. It doesn't really cost a lot of money. And what it does is it does help me get more products to review, products like this. I bought this one. I expect to get my review unit from HP as well, but I wasn't sure about that, so I ordered this. But I'm happy I did because I'm really, really liking this so far. So thank you for joining Italo Alonso Estrada Petrocelli. Thank you, my friend. Okay, So, Jeff, how are you, my friend? An interesting little computer, that Razer. Wonder if Dell will feel any pressure to add more ports in the future. That's the big thing, right? I noticed that it had a lot more ports. Let's get a shot of it here. We'll put this down. By the way, all metal on the HP. We'll talk about all these devices in a one by one, but just to bring this up right here, really love the Chroma keyboard here. Lights up individually in terms of the keys. You're also getting more ports with this. Let's take a look at more ports here. If I can get it in focus. You see more there, but let's get a better shot over here. So as you can see here, you got a micro SD card reader. You get the HDMI. You get a Thunderbolt 4. And then when we turn it around, by the way, I love the Mercury color, you get another Thunderbolt 4 USB-A 3.2, and, if it can get in focus, a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. Now, the difference with the XPS 13 is that the XPS 13 is going to have a micro SD card reader, and then you also get 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports. That's it. No USB-A. No HDMI. So the 2 extra ports are a big deal. Now, they do give you a dongle, I believe, if you get the white version of the XPS, the Frost White or whatever they're calling it. Love that laptop, by the way. Don't think that one is better than the other. I'm going to be doing a head-to-head. But I got to tell you, this is so far really gorgeous. And what I love about this display, and again, if you saw the video that I dropped this morning, really shows you this really pops. And this is the entry-level one. What Razer sent me was the entry-level one. So that means you're getting the non-touch display, but it gets super bright, as you saw, over, I think, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's 400 or maybe close to it or maybe over it, but super bright, no reflections. It's a matte display. They do offer a UHD plus resolution. This is a full HD plus. This is a 16:10 aspect ratio. So really loving it. And you got to love also this build. I mean, God, wow, this is super premium. Again, this one is about 2.95 pounds, under 3 pounds. So it's pretty light, but it feels a little bit dense. It doesn't feel cheap. It's a super premium build on this, rivaling that of the XPS 13. 500 nits, yeah. The Razer looks gorgeous. I wonder how far those key travel. Yeah, so the thing I'm not the craziest about, although it's not terrible, is the keyboard. It's a little bit on the shallow side. Dell is a little bit better. Let me bring up the Dell. So here is the Dell XPS 13, and then we'll move this one to the back. We'll get to this in a moment. We'll spend more time on that, of course, and we'll talk about this one as well. So this is the Dell XPS 13, and here you can see them side by side. And you'll notice that this is the touch display, but they're both very similar. I think they sourced the same panels between Dell and Razer, so that's been pretty good. 13.4-inch, both of them, 16:10 aspect ratio. People like the, Jeff is saying, looks nice without that green logo on it. Yeah, You can see here it's a very understated logo, thank God. And again, this is geared towards productivity. So they're gearing towards executives, they're gearing towards consumers that want to get work done, not so much the gaming crowd. And I like to see that. I like to see companies branching out and trying different things. No fingerprint reader is correct, Sterling. Not a big deal for me. It does have a very responsive Windows Hello camera, infrared camera. It worked well, but there is no fingerprint scanner. Now, the Dell does have a fingerprint scanner located right here. I may have to plug it in. Give me a second. Well, maybe not. Let's sign in. So this is the Dell. Maybe there was updates. That's why. I don't need to sign in. This is super bright. Both are really bright. This got over 500 nits. This is over 400. But I think if you get the touch display, it's the same exact one as that. Expect 530 around that area, 525. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a head-to-head test, Tomas, on the video I have on these coming up. So we may try to get to it today. If not, look for a video on that. I have a lot more to do on that. When will Razer adopt AMD CPUs? I don't know. And that's a good question. I don't have any information on that. And again, a lot of these things, if it had AMD, I have a laptop coming I can't talk about. It's a pre-production. So I'll leave it at that. But I don't expect the big jump we saw from the 3000 series to the 4000 series we saw with AMD last year. It's going to be more gradual increase or a more iterative update. It won't be as drastic. The impact won't be as much, but it'll be great. And I can't wait to get some 5000 series in here from AMD. How many hours does the Razer and Dell hold up? The Razer, you're going to get 8 to 9 hours at least. I think you're going to get plus 10 hours on the non-touch model here. On the Dell, I already did that. I think we got over 10 hours, if I'm not mistaken, even with the touch model. Did really good on battery life, so check it out. Again, videos in my channel. Links to all this stuff is in the video description below of this live stream as well. So there you go. So we have 66 of you watching right now. When AMD starts manufacturing more than 100 APUs a year in 2020, yeah, I guess they can't keep up with the demand. Supply has been an issue, people. Supply has been an issue. All right, let me see. How many likes? We only have 32 likes. What's going on here? Come on. I need to get this spread out. Let's hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Become a member. We already got one member today, which is fantastic. So that's good. All right. Very good point by BRDK. So Apple hit hard this year with power and battery life. Yeah, but and again, we're going to get a refresh from the rumors we talked about last week that have been surfacing. I think David Gurman had leaked some information of updated MacBook Air. It's a MacBook Air Pro, so to speak, quote unquote. But the problem I see with the Apple is fantastic. It has fantastic performance. It has fantastic battery life. Those bezels are really dated and the design is dated. Let's be honest. Let's get some more modern designs like we see here on these. Thinner bezels on the X1 Nano. And they need to thin that out as well. They need to make the Air thinner and lighter. That's where we're going. Welcome to the live stream, Christian. First time here. Let me tell you, awesome. And to be part of this, thank you. Welcome, my friend. Everybody, welcome, Christian. All right. One-man band here. We got 3 cameras working. This is camera 1, and we got camera 2 right there. Camera 3 is the overhead shot, and the camera 4 is the side angle shot. So here you go. All right. So we're trying to figure out, Mallory, right? When is Apple going to release all these products? And the answer is probably in quarter 1, I would imagine. At least I would think we're going to see a MacBook Pro. with the next version of the M1 chip. We need the 16-inch version. I'm using one right here, but this is the Core i9 from Intel. So we'll see I think that's what's going to happen. Now, so what I did was I released this video here today on this one. This one is coming probably in the morning, or probably the best time for me to release it will be in the morning, not in the. Now I'm already missed that window to do that. And then of course we got the X1 Nano. Let's bring that in for a moment. Let's switch these. And I need a bigger desk. All right, so we got the Nano here, and this is the Core i7. Now remember, lower powered Tiger Lake. This is the 1170 G7 instead of the 1160 G7 instead of the 1165. So a little bit slower clock rate, but performance has been excellent, even better than the Core i5. Battery life on this has been just as good, and that's what's been really impressive so far. Big surprise, despite having only a 48 watt-hour battery. Again, only less than 2 pounds rather, 1.99, 907 grams on this one. Super thin and light. Loving it so far. This has been the laptop I've been grabbing for the last 2 weeks. The i5, and I have the i7 here, is what Lenovo just sent me. The matte display, right, Jet, on the matte display on the Yoga X1 Nano, or rather the ThinkPad X1 Nano is fantastic. It's what they call a 2K display. I think if you do pixel-wise, it may not be quite 2K. That's 2160 by 1350, a 16:10 aspect ratio. Again, that's where we're all moving. Do I like Heidi's asking, do I like the NV14? I do. Let's bring that here. It's like musical chairs for laptops in this studio. Here we go. So loving this so far. Let's just get a little preview. I'm going to release a video here. So here we go. On the right side, you have a micro SD card reader, which is always good to see. If I can get it in focus. And then you have a USB-A. I don't know why it's, you know what? Maybe I got to lower this a little bit. Micro SD card, USB-A. See if I come too close. Maybe there you go. And a 3.5 millimeter audio jack. Move over to the, that was the left side, and the right side, the right side is the power button. The power port. Now, remember, this comes, and I'll show you in the video, this comes with a 130-watt power adapter. It has a GPU that needs, I guess, more power. We'll talk about that. USB-A, HDMI, and a Thunderbolt 4. So you're looking at some pretty nice port coverage there. So those who need ports are going to be happy with it. All metal design, very premium. You're looking at about 3.3 pounds or 3.5. I don't remember off the top of my head, but that's what you're doing. You got a fingerprint scanner there, not Windows Hello. We'll talk about that all in the upcoming video. I wanted to preview it today. This has the Core i7 1165 G7. That's the Tiger Lake here, their 11th gen from Intel. And of course, it has the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650 Ti with Max-Q. So numbers are looking good so far. My initial testing, again, I'll bring you all that. That's how far back it goes. So if those wondering, it goes back as far as that. Now, it doesn't do something like this where it goes all the way back flat. This can, which I like, this can just go back as far as you see here. Now, as far as the keyboard is concerned, really excellent key travel. There is a dedicated button for the shutter switch for the webcam, which I like. Not Windows Hello. It's not infrared. Very good key travel. One of the best key travels I've seen in a long time. Really comfortable to type on. Loving the keyboard. This has the battery. This has a, I think it's a 68 watt-hour battery. Let me see. I think this is a 65 watt-hour battery or 66, something like that. Anyway, battery life seems to be pretty good so far, actually. So very happy with it. The big star here is this display. It's a matte display, It's so color accurate. It's so great in terms of the color gamut that it really is fantastic. And again, I'll get into all this when I do the unboxing, but it's a nice bonus here to get to see it here on the live stream. So that means it does pay to check out the live stream, people. Yeah, they definitely have, William, and I agree, one of the best keyboard layouts. There's no question HP has really nailed that the last few years. So the classic black is what we have here. I'm just going through some questions here. Italio, new member. So what we have here on the Nano is that magnesium alloy exterior. This is the classic black. There is a carbon fiber weave on the touch model. Now, Lenovo didn't send me the touch model. They sent me the non-touch, which I already showed you in my i5 video. So those two videos. So they did very well, by the way. Especially the unboxing video where we're at about 50,000 views already and keeps growing. So that's been good. Views are up on that. So thank you, people, for checking that out. The review video, I think we're at 10,500, and that's still doing well as well, not quite as well as the unboxing. But having said that, this is a fingerprint magnet, not quite as bad as the years past, but you will have to keep a cloth. I'm trying to wipe some fingerprints off it right now. It does show smudges, just the nature of this material. Very soft touch as well, very comfortable, very nice, cool to the touch as well. What I love about this, again, this is also a 16:10 aspect ratio. We're looking at a 13-inch display. Like I said, 2K is what they're calling it, 2160 by 1350. Pixel-wise, it's not quite 2K, maybe just a few pixels less, but what's a few pixels among friends, right? So there you go. We already have 105 watching right now, so welcome everybody. It's Andrew. Hit that like button, people. I need to get this spread out over YouTube. Make sure if you're not subscribed, or if you want to become a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Make sure it's checked off, so you're alerted every time I go live, every time I upload a new video, like I did this morning when I released this video back there. You can't see it here, but there it is. The Razer Book 13, a great foray by Razer into the productivity realm to compete with the likes of the MacBook Pro, to compete with the likes of the Dell Xps 13s of the world. Yes, William, a nice little touch also, and I talked about it in the unboxing video. Razer included a nice carrying cloth or cleaning cloth, microfiber cloth. But I'll tell you what, it doesn't really show too many. It doesn't show too many fingerprints because that mercury white or whatever they're calling it is really beautiful. And you can see it here. Doesn't show fingerprints, and here you can get a good look at all four. I'm going to keep it more towards me so I can manipulate everything a little bit easier. Otherwise, I would move it over a little bit, but it's hard for me to do that, work the cameras, and monitor the chat. So we'll figure this all out logistic-wise. Dell XPS 13, 9310, excellent debut so far of the Razer Book 13. Loving the X1 Nano with that size and really beautiful design. I really love this. And I'm really blown away so far by the HP Envy 14. Yeah, I love the XPS. Handquake's talking to stupid, man. Yes, I do like the Dell XPS 13. In fact, the XPS 17 in my particular is one of my favorites. I love the 13. So, yes, let me get some coffee here. We got 113 of you watching. Welcome, everybody. All right. I do like the XPS keyboard. So what he's talking about is this keyboard up here on the upper left-hand corner. Huge improvement over the 2-in-1 from 2019. They also, that was the maglev. They brought that maglev into the XPS 2-in-1 we just looked at with the Tiger Lake. This is my favorite keyboard, one of my favorites. Really, really nice. Feels good, good tactile feedback. Decent key travel considering how thin and light this is. As far as the Razer, and by the way, you could also open this with one finger, for those wondering. This one is also really nice. Not quite as bad. The key travel is not the best. Let's be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. Love the fact that they're individually lit. Love the fact that you could change the color. the designs. It can do all sorts of effects. Not loving the key travel, but it does have pretty decent tactile feedback, so you get some good input from it. But and there's no dedicated page up and page down, right? So that was another issue that some people had with it. Like you have here, page up, page down. Here. Oh, I guess you really don't on this one either, because you'd have to use the function key. So some people don't like it, but that's what you're going to get on these type of thin and light ultra portables. Let me see. Does this one have it? We have a new member. CO Malrec. All right. Welcome. And memberships are open, people, and I appreciate all the support. Helps me get these products. I went out of pocket for the i5 version of this one. This one I bought for myself as well, but I will be getting a review unit, the i5 version of the 14. This one was sent by Razer. I have 2 weeks with it. And then, of course, this was sent by Dell. So just so you know, as terms of transparency and full disclosure. But nobody's getting copy approval, as I always say. Nobody sees the video before you do. So all the opinions are my own. So for those wondering, and I'm not being paid. So that's the other thing. I don't get paid for this, okay? I get a review unit, I do what I want with it, and then I send it back. Okay. So here we're already starting, Harsh. Which is better, the NV14 or the X360 13? Very different devices, because the NV14, which is what you see here, and again, you could open this with one finger. The NV13, and you see how fast the fingerprint scanner works. The 14 here is a 16:10 aspect ratio, which is a huge improvement over a 16:9 as far as I'm concerned. So is it better than the X360? I think the X360, of course, is a convertible, right? It's a convertible, so that gives you more versatility, use with the pen. This is more for creators, much like the NV15. This allows you to do some video editing thanks to the discrete GPU that this has. I think the display is better. It's a better quality display on the NV14. Taller display, 16:10 aspect ratio, as I mentioned. So build quality is also excellent on both. So it's going to be a matter of versatility and display size and aspect ratio. That's what it comes down to. And I can't answer that for you, because those are two very, very different segments. All right, Robert, how are you, my friend? What are your thoughts on the touchscreen? Like or dislike, neutral? Also, do you think the cost of a touchscreen may compromise other features due to the cost of adding a touchscreen? That's a great, great question. Okay, so let me tell you, I love touchscreens. As you know, it does add a little bit of weight. The touch layer does make it a little bit heavier, maybe a little bit thicker, but negligible when you look at the overall grand scheme of things. I think the convenience factor of having a touch display is great. I've been harping on the fact that Apple doesn't have one and Windows does as an option on a lot of these. Having the touch display to me is a nice convenience factor, and I like to see that on more and more laptops, even if it does add a little bit of weight, and it does add a little bit more to the price. But again, if you're using these long term, if $100 here or there or whatever it may be will be negligible over the long run. But again, it's just a matter of personal preference. Not everybody likes the touch display. It smudges up the screen when you're using it with your finger and so forth. There are some downsides to it, but I think the positives certainly outweigh the negatives as far as I'm concerned. So, Robert, I am a proponent or an advocate of it. What's my best laptop for Stupid Man? I love your name. What's my best laptop for editing videos? Well, it depends. I'm using a Mac right now. Let me see if you can see it here. You can sort of see it, but these laptops are in the way. I'm using a MacBook Pro 16 right there. I don't want to mess anything up on the stream. I'm actually streaming on it right now. It's a great editing video, especially, of course, if you're using Final Cut Pro like I do to edit my videos. And I'm using Ecamm Live to stream this actual live stream. So just so you know. You got it, Robert. For the Dell side, for the Windows side, I like the HP Envy 15, which is a nice price to performance ratio. I also like this HP Envy 14 as well, the 15 and the 14. So I meant the 15 to say it, and I like the 14 price-wise, and I also like it for what you can do with it in terms of creating content with that. So it's really geared towards creators. So that's a nice one. Dell XPS 17, one of my favorites in terms of design. Great display on that with the UHD Plus 17-inch display. Absolutely gorgeous. And I agree with Paul. It all depends on your use case scenario. All right. Where can you find a Lenovo Yoga Slim 7 Pro? I can't talk too much about it right now. Where can you get it? China. I think it goes by a different name. I forgot. You can import it from AliExpress. Very expensive to do that if you're bringing it to the United States. Or I don't know where you are. I'm assuming you're here if you're not. So I'm trying to source one right now. So just stay tuned on that, okay? All right, we got 120 watching. I'm gonna answer Jason's question because simply he's a Yankee fan. I'm a Yankee fan, a huge Yankee fan. Grew up in New York. I was born in the Bronx, for those that are wondering. So I'm a huge Yankee fan. So Jason is asking, when will you be doing a review of the X1 Titanium Yoga? I reached out to Lenovo. I don't have it yet. I should be getting hopefully one very soon. They just sent me the Core i7 of the Nano, the X1 Nano. But I'm looking forward to that. Now, the price tag, now you can order it. I just noticed it's available the other day, starting to be available for purchase. Very, very expensive. So those of you who are going to have sticker shock on that one, I think it starts at like $2,800 on the ones that are available now and go over $3,000 depending on the SKU you choose. So sticker shock a little bit. They are making an extremely thin device made out of titanium or partly of titanium. Rest, I think, is magnesium alloy like you'd find on something like the Nano. So I'm looking forward to testing it out. I cannot buy one. It's just too expensive. I don't have the budget right now on the channel simply because it's just out of the realm. I don't make enough on the channel to justify that purchase. And then, of course, they hopefully will send it to me. All right, I see we got 64 likes, so that's good. Oh, John Groot, also from the Bronx. I was born in Pelham Parkway, for those that are wondering. We moved when I was a very, very small child, an infant, and then I wound up eventually Brooklyn, and then I wound up growing up in Queens, and then Manhattan, lived in Manhattan many years. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, Madhav. Appreciate it. All right, so a little housekeeping measure. I started it a little bit earlier, the stream today, 9:30, because I have something to do. But I'm also, I want to get India a little bit more love here as far as time-wise. I might start doing them at 9 a.m., make it a little bit more feasible for some people in India. I know we have quite a bit of fans in India, and I want to try to accommodate as many people as possible, because here, if I do it at 9 o'clock, it'll be 12 o'clock Eastern time, which is reasonable, and then Europe will be towards the evening time. So I think that might work going forward. I may just start doing it at 9 o'clock. I started at 9:30 today just because I couldn't get it organized in time. But yeah, so there was one question from Steve I wanted to see about the Tesla. Yeah, Tesla Plaid. Tesla released the Plaid Model S, I think the Plaid Plus as well. Very expensive. As a Tesla owner, thoughts on the Plaid Plus Model S? Well, it looks fantastic specs-wise, and it also has some great range claims. I don't know if it's a new battery technology they're using, perhaps. But I have the Model S. I have a 2015 Model S. Perfectly happy with it, because one of the benefits of having a Model S or a Model 3 or any other Tesla for that matter is it's like a laptop. It's constantly getting upgraded, updated through software. So you're getting a lot of new features that a standard gas combustion engine won't basically get, simply because of the technology involved in having an all-electric vehicle that's dependent on software. So a lot of new features are constantly being added, so I don't feel fearing missing out. Super expensive. I think they start now at about $80,000, and then if you want the Plaid model, Model S or X, you're looking at well over $120,000, $130,000, which is a lot of money. So, Steve, I'm looking forward to seeing more about it, but I have no plans on upgrading my car just yet. Although it is a 2015, it's one of those things that it constantly gets updated. So, yeah, great question, and I'm glad I'm able to talk about it because I'm a huge Tesla fan, as well as an owner. We own a Model 3, and we have a Model S. We love them. So Jason Sidhu is debating between the X1 Titanium Yoga or the X1 Yoga Gen 6, which would be a face-off of those two. Yeah, so again, the Titanium is going to be thinner, much more expensive. It's going to be a sticker shock kind of thing. So again, new technology, new model, you're going to pay a premium, okay? So just keep that in mind. Their new steering wheel, the yoke steering wheel I don't know how that's going to work out, to be honest with you. There are no stalks on it. So apparently from what I read, in order to reverse, put it in neutral or drive, the car is going to have to use artificial intelligence to do that. And I'm not sure safety-wise or if that's a good choice. I don't know because we'd have to see it in action. But just off the bat, it doesn't sound like a great idea to me. And I don't like the half steering wheel either. I think I might prefer a full size. But again, isn't that what the Roadster also has, is that half steering wheel, that yoke style? So we'll see. All right, so 114 of you watching. We're already doing this. We're 38 minutes in. I don't know where the time goes. It just flies when we're doing these live streams. So there you go. How you doing, Charles? Okay, so Italio is asking for full browser and non-video tasks, but almost 15 hours per day of work. Do you think the Nano base model is okay, or do you recommend the i7 plus 16 gigs? Okay, so I'm going to be doing a video on this, Italio, but I can tell you that this is a nice 16 gigabytes. Does make a little bit of a difference, but I got to tell you that i5 for about $1,200, $1,300, depending on with tax or whatever, is a nice steal in my opinion, because it gets great battery life. It stays cool. This stays cool as well. And it also has pretty good performance, surprisingly good. So if you want that, I think you'll be perfectly fine with the i5, even with the 8 gigabytes of RAM. If you can afford to maybe go to the 16 on this one or the i7, that would be nice, but you'd be perfectly fine. I'm telling you, I'm very, very happy with the i5 for everyday use. Now, let's keep in mind, you're not going to be doing 4K video editing on it. You're not going to be doing that kind of stuff from what you're telling me. So you're not going to really do gaming, although you can do some gaming if you lower the settings. I showed that in the video. So there you go. It goes to show you that time flies when you're having fun. Yeah, that's a good point. Good point, William. Yeah, it's a fun live stream today. Again, I'm going to try to add one during the week as well to get the other time zones in, but it's hard when you're doing a full-time job as well as this. This is basically a full-time job. So basically 2 full-time jobs as a result of doing this and my day job. All right. So let's get the likes up. We have 77 already. Let's get to 100, people. I want to get to 100. Let me check the stream on here real quick. Looking good, people. Looking good. And again, for those that are joining us late, I dropped my video of the one back there, the Razer Book 13, my first look at it, and I'm really, really liking it. You see the HP NV14 here. My video will drop. I'm going to schedule that tomorrow morning. I'm almost pretty much done with it. And this one, I'm going to talk about this more in depth. This is the Core i7. This has 16 gigabytes of RAM. Doesn't have the touchscreen, so it doesn't have the carbon fiber weave. I was hoping they would send me that one, but this is what they're sending reviewers, I guess. And then, of course, I'm going to put these two head-to-head, the XPS 13 and the Razer Book 13 as well. And I need to do my full review on that. But so far, all is looking good. You can get a top-down shot of them. All have their pros and cons, of course. The hinge on the NV14 is excellent, nice and sturdy. By the way, if anybody's wondering, out of the three, which one do you like the most overall? Well, I have four here. Loving so far the Razer, to be honest, and loving the X1 Nano. I love them all. This is fantastic. Oh boy, it just depends. This is a 14-inch display. And by the way, this is a 16:10 aspect ratio, as I mentioned earlier, for those joining us late. That's a big change from the 13 we saw last year, which is a 16:9. I'm trying to, Tilt Mug, I'm trying to get MSI to send me stuff, so maybe I might be getting something. I don't know. They reached out to me one time, and then I agreed. Yeah, let's do it. And then they ghosted me. They never responded. I don't know what happened. I really don't. So it was very strange. Do I know when the next round of holiday sales in the U.S.? Keep checking Dell, HP, Lenovo for sure. They always are constantly having sales. The thing about the Razer is that the backlit keyboard display in different colors. When you light it up while against the white keys, it's hard to see the numbers and letter symbols. Yeah, but you can do like even if you do like a darker color, you can control the color in the Razer Synapse keyboard in the app. Right now it's green. It's hard to see because it's blown out. Right now it's green. But in real life, it's not as bad as you might think, William. It's just hard to show it on camera because of the lights and the cameras I'm using. It's hard to show it on a live stream. Cox is severely limiting on modems in Vegas also. What are you talking about? Yeah, Cox is terrible, by the way. Yeah, Cox is terrible. I don't know, Handquake, do you use Cox? It's terrible. I'm using them, but I'm just waiting to get the fiber. I'm waiting for my neighborhood to get fiber because that would be a gig up and a gig down or whatever it is, megabits, whatever the high range of that is. Because right now I'm getting about 800 megabits per second down, and I'm getting 35 up, which is okay for doing a 1080p live stream like I'm doing now, and I'm doing it in 60 frames per second. However, it would be so much better to have the upstream to be much better. Although 35 is okay compared to some other places, but I would need to get it higher. I want to have symmetry between the uploads and download speeds. All right. Oh no, Robert. Oh no. You, my friend, are way too generous. $199.99 for Robert. Wow. And I think that might be the record, by the way. Well, now you made my January. We made it. I'm kidding. Thank you so much, Robert. Totally unnecessary. I want you to stop doing it, actually. I mean, this is just... I'm forever grateful, though, but very, very generous. And thank you, my friend. Thank you. So everybody, Robert is really fantastic, and he's helping the channel keep growing. Again, the way to help, not only financially, of course, watch time, engagement, likes up, subscribing, memberships, super chats, it all helps. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much, and I appreciate it so much, Robert. All right, what's your main and or secondary laptop? Well, I specifically edit videos and live stream on this MacBook Pro 16. You can see it in the background there. And then secondary laptop, I switch off depending on what I'm reviewing long term. I like the XPS 13, which you see back there. I've been really grabbing the Nano, the X1 Nano a lot, simply because it's so easy to grab, throw it in my bag, get to the office, pull it out. It's really, really convenient. I can't stress that enough. I don't even feel this in the bag sometimes. I forget I even have it. Less than 2 pounds, unbelievably thin and light. So yeah, so that I've been grabbing the X1 Nano, to be honest with you. I'm loving the NV14, as you'll see in the video that I'll release tomorrow, hopefully. And then so far, that Razer Book has been a nice, pleasant surprise to come to the studio. Really beautiful display. So there you go. So I have all four here. It's a little tight, the space here. Let me put that on. I got too many laptops. to show here, but again, I wanted to get this live stream in to show you everybody. What do I think? Let's see this question here. Hey, Andrew, can you put aside a 15-inch laptop with a 69 near to the NV14 to compare the vertical screen space? Yes, I can. In fact, let me get the NV15. Hold on. Okay, so let's close this. Let's put this one over here and bring into the picture this. All right, so this is the NV15. I may have to charge it. This is a 16 to 9. This is a 16 to 10. So this is a bigger, obviously this is a bigger display. I don't know if it's got any juice. Let me try to turn it on here. I have a charger here. Hold on. Maybe have to charge it up. Okay, should work now. All right, so this is a little bit of an impromptu here. All right, so a little bit dirty, the display. Now this is a touch AMOLED display. It's also glossy, so that's another difference. So what you have is an AMOLED display on this one. This is 15.6 inches. This is 14 inches. So you can see the difference. This is a taller aspect. This is 16 to 9 with that. You can notice that thicker bezel there, a little bit thinner there. But very similar in terms of the way they look in terms of the background and so forth. But this is a glossy display. This is a matte display. This is a touch display. This is not. So the one I have. So hopefully that helps. I don't know why it went off. Not really sure. Maybe there's no juice on it. But there it reboots. Again, I have to recharge this. All right. Yeah, it looked like it was down. The battery was down. And there you go. There you can see the difference. No numpad. This has a dedicated row in terms of these keys. This has a dedicated row. So people are going to like it. There you can see the NV14, NV15. For those wondering, this has the RTX 2060. This has the GTX 1650. This has a 6-core processor, the Core i7-10750H, a 10th generation processor. We should see an update on this at some point this year. And then, of course, this has the 11th gen Tiger Lake quad-core CPU. It's a U processor, and that's an H processor. And we'll see the H35s hopefully soon on this. And then we have, again, the GTX 1650 Ti. So just to give you an idea. You got it, my friend. And then there it is. Yeah, a 14-inch, Jeff, is going to be closer to a 13-inch. It just gives you a little bit taller display with that 16 to 10 aspect ratio. Since they seem to be 13.5 actually, whereas 15 are actually 50. Yeah, you can see the size difference. I mean, this is definitely bigger display. I mean, you're getting more real estate with this. There's no question just by the sheer size of it. It's just the aspect ratio makes this a little bit more portable, but gives you a little bit more than a 13-inch. A 13.3 inch. So you don't have to scroll as much. So that hopefully that helps. I mean, hopefully that helps. All right. Let's see. We got 91 likes. We're getting closer. I need 100 likes. Come on, people. I need 100 likes. Come on.
Coming up.
Please. All right. So where are we? We're at let's see, 52 minutes, 127 people are watching. Welcome, hey, everybody. I got a lot of laptops here. I got a NV14, NV15 back here, X1 Nano, Core i7, and then, of course, I just dropped this video this morning of the Razer Book 13, which I'm absolutely loving, people. Loving it. Loving it. Can't wait to do that full review. Now, the video is doing okay. Let's see. It started off slow, but it picked up a little bit momentum. It's got about 1,200 views so far since I released it this morning. I need to get more views, people. Come on. Get me the likes. Come on. 100 likes. We got 104. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Re-energize this, my friends. Let's re-energize the channel. I'm getting all this good stuff. Don't make me look bad in front of Razer, okay? Don't make me look bad, people. Please. Because the last time I did the Razer Blade 15 Advanced, man, woo, that one guy, I think the unboxing got about 6,500 views in total. Not great. And then the review got 5,000 views, maybe plus, 5,000 plus. So there you go. 130 of you watching. That's good. So any other questions on these? Got a lot of videos to work on with this. So we're ending January. January is a tough month for creators. All right, so you got the Pavilion 14. Hopefully we'll get some updates on that as well, so stay tuned. So January's been a tough month for creators. I got to tell you, if it wasn't for my X1 Nano videos, it would have been atrocious. That saved me. I mean, I got about 50,000 views on the unboxing video. It's only a couple of weeks old. And then I did the review video, about 11,000 maybe getting close to 11,000 views at this point. Not the best, but certainly respectable, considering it was about a week old or so. So I need these videos to do better, and I need more engagement. It's hard to really work this algorithm the way it is right now, and especially during January when ad rates are down, so making less money and getting less views because people are just less interested post-holiday. January is a tough one. February, hopefully we can see some light at the end of the tunnel, so we'll see. So William is saying the vertical height on the 13-inch one is the same as the 15-inch one. The 15-inch is wider. Yes, because it's a 16:9 aspect ratio. So we have 16:9 on this one, so it's going to be wider. This is taller for even though this seems taller, this is a taller aspect ratio. This is a wider one. This will be great for media or videos that have been optimized for 16:9. You'll have slight black bars over here when you're consuming media that is meant for 16:9. All right. So ABC123 is saying 17-inch or 15.6-inch, 14 be too small for split screen. So that's the other thing, right? So I like the Dell Xps 17 when it comes to 17-inch laptops. That's one of my favorites. It's just, again, all this comes down to is a matter of personal preference. Yeah, it has Mohammed Amer. It does have Thunderbolt 4. On this one, and it's over here. It's on that side, and then on this side you have a USB-A. Again, I like to see the nice port selection on these stuff, okay? So again, why would somebody want to choose between the 15 and the 14? Well, again, it depends on screen real estate. This is lighter, this is heavier. This has an RTX 2060. This has a GTX 1650 Ti Max-Q. So better GPU, of course, on the bigger brother here. And I think we're going to see the H35 series from Intel on these, and I'm hearing mixed reviews on them, so we'll see. I don't have any yet, but once I do, I will test it out. Okay, the touchpad, let's talk about the touchpad. And because having the 16:10 allows you to do different things, you notice the touchpad is actually bigger than the I would say it is this a little bit wider, maybe. Very similar. Actually, maybe this is a little bit bigger, a little bit taller. again, having the 16 to 10 allows you to do different things on the keyboard. X1 Nano looks like a solid proposition, but the weight difference is not that significant versus the X1 Carbon. That's a very good point, 8th gen. What would you say is the best option for someone who values weight and battery life? It depends on if you need more screen real estate, then go with the Nano. But of course, I would wait the X1 Carbon. 8th gen is going to be upgraded to 9th gen. I would wait only because you're going to get a 16 to 10 aspect ratio on the new version, much like you have on here. If you don't mind having a 13-inch display and want even lighter, even though it's about a half a pound, which is not that much, although after a while, maybe it does make a difference in your bag, this is a fantastic choice. I'm a big advocate for it. I really like it. But I'm also curious to see what a 16 to 10 on a X1 Carbon 9th gen with the ports that gives you. So that's going to be a very interesting choice. But as far as versus the 8th gen, again, if you can get a great deal on the 8th gen, God bless you, go ahead. But you may want to wait until the 9th gen is released, okay? Because that's going to have that 16 to 10 aspect ratio, and it's a big deal. To be honest with you, that's a big deal. And you get the great ports. You get better port selection than you'd get on something this small, okay? But having said that, I've been finding myself grabbing the X1 Nano time and time again since the 2 weeks I've had it. 2+ weeks. All right, 132 are watching. All right. All right, so, yeah, and we're also getting LG's coming out, Christian, with their Intel variants of the Gram. I did the 17 of the 10th gen. Last year I liked it. I want to see, and I heard we're going to get some improvements on those, so I hopefully will get a version like that. X1 15 version, that's called the X1 Extreme, and hopefully we'll see a Gen 4 very soon or sometime this year. That's called a Gen 4. That's basically the X1 line with the 15.6 inch. Now, you want to see a Carbon, which maybe would be a little bit thinner. Maybe. I don't think we'll get it. Again, they have the X1 Extreme Gen 4 hopefully coming. Right now, it's Gen 3. And I still got to release that final video, that long-term review, which I have. Just got to do it. All right. What's your ideally screen aspect ratio? Good question from Jason. Okay. 16 to 10 or 3 to 2. Now, I looked at the HP Envy, the HP Spectre X360 14. Which, let's see. So I have that right here. So this is a 3 to 2 for those wondering. Let me bring it up here. Let me turn that on. Another great offering from HP, by the way. So this is 3 to 2. This is 16 to 10, just to give you an idea. Boy, that is gorgeous display, that OLED. OLED 3000 by 2000. This is 2160 by 1350. This is 16 to 10. This is 3 to 2. Both are good. This is a little bit taller, so if you're a writer, if you're writing a book, or if you do a lot of writing on Word documents, if you don't want to scroll as much in terms of web browsing, of course, this is going to be great. Consuming media, productivity, this is the best blend because you won't have as thick of a black bar on the top and the bottom when you're consuming media, watching Netflix, Amazon, and YouTube. But both are great. Both have their use case scenarios. So I'm loving this one as well. I didn't talk about it earlier in the live stream because I wanted to talk about the other stuff I just got in. But this has been super fantastic. So if you want to see my review on this, I unboxed it. I did a full review as well on my channel. They both did very well. So check it out. So 3 to 2, you think looks yesterday? I don't agree with that. This is actually futuristic in a way. Well, it's a throwback in a way because they used to be 3 to 2 a lot more than you see nowadays. But I think we're moving towards a 3 to 2, and I think we're moving a lot more towards the 16 to 10 is what I'm seeing so far from the brands. Tom is saying, I don't want the excess power in the Extreme, but I need a 15-inch form factor. So yeah, at X1 Carbon 15. I don't think we'll see that. Well, I think you might be a good candidate for the titanium is a 14-inch, right? So 13.9 or 14 inch. So that is also a thick. Is that a 16 to 10 or is that 3 to 2? I think that's 16 to 10. But no 15. No, you won't get it. LG might be your best bet for thin and light for the LG Gram 15. That might be the one you want to look at. So we'll see. I don't know. It's, again, everybody's use is a little bit different. Yeah, HP is doing a great job with design. The display is fantastic. Love the keyboard on this. Really, really nice. Here you can get an overhead shot. This is a really nice keyboard as well, the Nano. These are both excellent. Just, again, there's so many great laptops right there. Yeah, all right, that's what I thought. So thank you, Jason. The Titanium Yoga X1 is a 3 to 2. That's what I thought. So interesting. I'm trying to get a review unit from them. Hopefully they'll be listening. All right, so let's see where we are. We're at over an hour already. So let's see. I can't go too long today. I still have stuff I got to do today. Can I speak a little louder? Is the microphone not sounding good, people? Or are you just making fun? Am I screaming? All right. What's a good laptop for photo editing? I like the NV14 that I just showed you, and you'll have my video tomorrow. That's great. That's color accurate. That has some fantastic coverage of the color gamut, bright, fantastic creator's device. The 15 is good as well. All these would be fantastic. I haven't seen one bad thing on any of these laptops I have here. There is nothing bad on this table right now. And that tells you what state of laptops we're in right now, how good they are. How good they are. Thank you, Jeff. Dell is fantastic, ABC123. One of the things I didn't love about the Gram is, yes, it's made out of the magnesium alloy. It didn't have a premium feel to it. It almost felt cheap in a way. I hate to say that because it's a premium device. There's no doubt about it. It just didn't. I want to see a more premium. So the difference is, like if you saw my HP Elite Dragon Firefly video, that was a case where you have a super light material, that magnesium alloy, but it was super premium. Same goes for the X1 Nano. So it doesn't have to have a cheap feeling, but that LG Grams was just a little cheap feeling. I hate to say it because I love the laptop itself, but it was just something, it just felt too light. If it makes any sense, you have to feel it to believe it. Robert is asking, I would like to see that manufacturers focus a little bit more on a larger touchpad other than Apple. Yeah, they make fantastic touchpads. Just makes it easier to use for me. I agree. I thought the Dell had a really nice one if it didn't have any quality control issues on the XPS 15 and 17. I thought that was a pretty nice trackpad, nice size to it. Really nice size on this one as well. I thought this is a really good one. You can see it here on the Spectre X360 14. This is just a small laptop, so you're not going to have the largest of touchpads, but it's very responsive. You also have the track point, which is a hallmark, of course, of the ThinkPads. Which brands have the least bloatware? HP has some, which I'm not crazy about. There's none on the Razer. There's none on the Razer here, back here. So this one, absolutely no bloatware, which I love. Look at this display. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. They hit a home run. I don't care. People, get excited about this. This is a fantastic laptop right here. Hey, good to see Duck Vision. How are you, my friend? Duck Vision, the trackpad on the Envy is maximized for the chassis. It's big enough for a small laptop. Yeah, I agree. That's a great point. Tom is agreeing, saying that is the problem with the LG. It does a really good job in terms of appliances and displays, but in terms of laptops, mobile phones, which you're exiting apparently, is doing something way wrong. I don't know why that's the case. It's just, it's one of those things, they just can't get it right. I don't understand it either. And by the way, I love the Gram line. I think it's fantastic. It's just they could make it so much better for what they're charging. And that's the other thing. For what they're charging, it needs to be a more premium feel to it. Because they can do it with the same materials used, just have to do it a little bit better. I hate bloatware, crapware, whatever you want to call it. I'm the same camp as you, Jeff. I don't like it. But you can remove it. Like you said, you can remove it. So that's good. So we got 135 or 135 watching. Please, people, we got 124 likes. Let's get more. Come on. Let's get this thing shown over YouTube, my friends. Audio has gotten better in some ways. In some ways, it hasn't. I want to see better microphones. Oh, by the way, I thought the microphones were very good on the Envy. We'll talk about that in the video. I want to see better webcams, and we're going to start to see, I think, one coming from HP is going to be very good. Stay tuned. Which one is better for students long-term, 16 gigabytes of RAM with i5 or 8 gigabytes with i7? I like more RAM. I think RAM plays a bigger difference, I think. Always get more RAM. I think that will help more than the difference between i5 and i7. You may not see that much of a difference. Depends, of course, to what you're doing. The first thing I do is with any new laptop is clean Windows install. Yeah, I understand that. That's a great thing, Rafe. Great strategy. Why do new laptops don't have 1080p webcams? We've gone backwards. I've said this many times. In the past, good example was the HP Spectre X360 15. Used to have a couple of years ago a 1080p webcam that was fantastic. It's just gone backwards, and I don't understand it. And I don't think it's a cost-saving measure because I don't think it costs that much more to put a 1080p webcam into a laptop than it would be doing a 720p. I think it's a matter of the Windows Hello infrared is the availability of that. I'm not really sure. But we've definitely gone backwards. Now, hopefully that will change. I still say some of the best webcams you'll find are on Surface devices. Microsoft has put a big emphasis on that, and that's where we are. But for the most part, and you see it on my videos, these webcams are terrible. And you're spending a lot of money. There is no excuse as far as I'm concerned. Would I review the Lenovo ThinkBook 15 Gen 2 with Ryzen 7 4700U? Yeah, but I think we're starting to, yeah, of course I would, but I want to start seeing some 5000 series coming in. But yes, I would definitely review it. I completely agree with you on the webcams. Yeah, William, you know my feelings on this. My old Spectre had a 1080p webcam with Windows Hello. So there you go. They've gone backwards. I don't know why. It just does. And now it's emphasized even more the past year and a half, or more than a year, during this pandemic, okay? We're working from home. There is no excuse at this point. So hopefully, second part of this year, maybe we'll start seeing better webcams. Yeah, the pen, are you talking about a pen, Diva Flava? Is there a screen pen that works with the HP Envy? Yes, it uses the N-Trig, I believe, the Microsoft Pen Protocol. That uses a Surface technology, same as a Surface device, so you can use any one of those, should work on that. Rafe is saying, when I think about how a new premium laptop costs me the same as a new phone, I feel sad. Yeah, well, the prices of phones have certainly gone up. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's just overpriced. There's no question. It shows it can be done. And absolutely, William, webcams can be done much better. They have done it. There's no excuse. No excuse. Christian, I'm going to reach out to Microsoft again. The problem is every time I reach out to them, they say, we love your channel. We watch your videos. We talk about them. And then we're going to send you products. And then I follow up and nothing. So I don't know. I'll try again. Keep trying. That's all I can do. And as I continue to grow, as we hit 110,000 subscribers, maybe they'll start doing that. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they just don't. I don't know. I would rather them tell me just say no. It would be better. Just say no. Than say yes and then not do anything. They ghost me. Doesn't the Surface currently have the great webcam in a small area for you? Absolutely, Duck Vision. The Surface, one of the best ones, you can just look it out on my video. I think the Surface Pro 7 might have had one of the best webcams. In fact, my original Surface Book, which I have here somewhere, has one of the best webcams, even compared to today. And that's what, 4 or 5 years old or by now, or whatever it is. So no excuse. How do the i5 8th gen computers compare to the new Pro? 8th gen, are you talking about i5 8th gen, Willapa? You mean 8th gen Intel processors? They're much slower than what the new ones are. I think there's a big difference when you get to Ice Lake and when you get to Tiger Lake. So that's at least what I think. Robert bringing up a good point. Supply and demand for pricing. Crazy how that works. Seems lopsided at times. Absolutely. Good to see you back, Kisara. Tell Microsoft, Dell, HP you want bulk discount pricing for the viewers on your channel. See how they respond. Rafe, I've brought it up to them. We'll see. You never know. You never know. I may not be big enough to have that kind of clout. But I do have constant contact with them. We are talking pricing. We are talking improvements. Feedback is very important to them. I do give it to them, so we'll see. Yeah. Handquake is saying, I use a Surface Book 2. Yep. 1080p webcam. Microsoft does some things well. No doubt about it, Handquake. Again, the Surface devices have fantastic webcams, especially the Surface Book 2, like you said. Laptop 3 had a great webcam compared to some of its peers. Absolutely. Will the new Alta Lake be a game changer for this year? We'll have to see. I don't know if they're delayed. Alder Lake, I think you're talking about. Not Alta, isn't it Alder Lake? And that's going to be their answer to the ARM processor. I don't know any more information. I don't know if it's delayed till 2022. I thought I read something that it might be. But again, we'll have to see. I know Qualcomm's working on some new stuff with ARM. Windows on ARM should get better this year. I know Microsoft has been working on an ARM processor. Again, Apple really has shot to the front when it comes to ARM processors. Yeah, you agree, Paul, right? Downgrade of the webcams. I'm not happy about it. I agree with you. Downgrading of the webcams. The 2020 version was supposed to be the Spectre X360. Was meant to have a 1080p, yet they put in a 720p potato webcam. And again, I'm not sure why. I don't think it's cost saving because I don't think they're saving. Maybe it's supply issues. Maybe they can't get the supply based on the pandemic and supply chains. That might be a reason they didn't put it. So, but again, you would think manufacturers during this time would ramp up production of camera equipment because we're all working from home, right? So we'll see. Yeah, workstations, I got a few good ones coming I can't talk about yet from HP, got Lenovo, Dell. I still do my workstations, people. Just stay tuned, I promise. Robin Hood Trader, hope you're doing okay. Love the live stream. Okay, man. Thank you. And good luck on the day trading, my friend. It's been crazy. I hear Samsung will be using their Exynos in the laptops, but I think that would be for Chromebooks. Yeah, I heard something similar. I hope, I don't know anything about it, but we'll have to check it out if that is the case. All right, so probably a supply issue. I don't think it's external. I don't know if external webcams use similar hardware as internals when the pandemic hit. 1080p external webcams were hard to find. Yes, they were very expensive. A lot of price gouging over on Amazon and all the other places, B&H and all so forth. Yeah, Best Buy. Just no supply. No supply. So that might be it. I should be getting it, the Dragonfly Max, and that's going to have a 5 megapixel high-end camera. I think that one is going to be the game changer from what I understand. That's going to have a better webcam, and they made an emphasis of that in the press briefing. So hopefully the Dragonfly Max, which we'll get very soon, hopefully. The next, I don't have any timetable, but I do anticipate. I reviewed the other Dragonflies. I can't wait to review this one. So we're at 132 people, 137 likes. Thank you, my friends. Let me just check the stream, make sure everything is looking okay. Looks okay. All right. ABC 123, have you talked to manufacturers whether they are thinking of recycling chassis? X1 Carbon is a good chassis, but over the time the chips become obsolete. The chassis would last longer. Yeah, they're fantastic. As you know, these Lenovo ThinkPads have been undergoing many tests. This one particular, 200 tests for endurance, extreme environments, all kinds of conditions, and very durable. I gotta say, I've only had it a little bit more than 2 weeks or so. Very durable since I've had it. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Maybe that would be a great idea. I don't know. The machine that will cost, but that machine will cost more than $3,000. Tom is saying. I'm not sure which machine we're talking about. Yeah, definitely supply chains have gotten affected by COVID-19. That's for sure. All right, we're at an hour and almost hour and 20 minutes. I think we're going to start to wrap it up very soon. I'm out of focus there. It's because of the laptops in the way. Will the X1 Nano ever come in a 2-in-1? I don't think this year we'll see that. You never know. Maybe next year. Look, you can see the fingerprints on it, by the way. So it does attract fingerprints. You will be wiping it down. This bothers me. I hate that. I like that they do include a cloth with the Razer Book 13. Does anybody know when Dell's releasing the RTX 3000 gaming laptops? It should be coming. I don't have any specific dates. See you, Robert, and thank you, my friend, for that very generous super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, today was a great one, Handquake. People were on topic, professional, very nice. We didn't get any of the clowns we got the last few weeks. All right, thank you. I appreciate that, everybody. Thank you. All right, with that being said, I'm going to start to wrap it up here. I want to thank all the moderators for doing a great job. I got a lot of work to do. I got to work on all this stuff here, obviously. Everybody have a great week. I got a new video on the HP NV14 coming this week, and I got other stuff as well. So I want to thank everybody and see everybody in the next video. Bye-bye.